Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the ninth. I'm sorry, the ninth. I keep so used to 2024 Demolition League. It is the Dodgers and Yankees from Yankee Stadium, the Yankees home opener in this Demolition League, as they have spent time on the road in San Diego and Pittsburgh. Now they're back home, and they'll be facing the Dodgers. It'll be Carlos Rodon, the left-hander for the Yankees, against Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Dodgers, a right-hander. He is 1-0. Rodon is 0-0. This is game number 32. We're at Yankee Stadium. Dodgers are 4-2. Yankees are 3-3. And ballpark effects for Yankee Stadium. Singles are 1-3 for both left and right. Home runs much better. 1-15 for lefties. 1-12 for right-handers. So, got the stats up on the computer so I can give you those as we go along. There is your lineup. Again, the Dodgers going with primarily a right-handed hitting lineup. No Gavin Lux. They have Kike Hernandez instead. No James Outman or Jason Hayward because they're both left-handed. So we're going to have Pages, and then Betts will play right instead of short, and they'll have Rojas play short. Yankee lineup's pretty standard. So we are about to get this thing underway. Carlos Rodon on the hill. And Mookie Betts steps up. I haven't really followed very closely this year. I need to get back to following some stuff close this year, but I don't know if he did or not. It wouldn't surprise me. He's very effective, Joel. So I don't know. Mookie Betts will lead things off. Let me get his numbers for you on the replay. Mookie Betts is hitting .273, 6 out of 22, no homers, 6 runs driven in, and lefty Rodon against the righty Betts. It's a 5-9, and that is a strikeout. So Rodon starts out with a strikeout. Good way to start. One away, and here's Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani has been struggling a little bit in this replay, hitting just 200, 5 for 25. Does have 2 homers with 5 driven in. 4-9 lefty on lefty, and that's another strikeout for Rodon, his second. Strikes out the top 2 hitters. Now here's Freddie Freeman, number 3 hitter. Freeman's hitting .318, 7 out of 22, 3 homers, 7 driven in. That's a 4-5, and that's a strikeout. So Rodon, an impressive feat, striking out in order. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman. I would say that's quite impressive for Carlos Rodon, and you couldn't ask for a better one. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like History Maker or they think it's weird or whatever, but I was just mainly showing off that you could concurrently play the current game. And I don't know what the game is for the Phillies and the Mets. I don't know how they're doing tonight, but of course, in my game was 1-0. But I don't know how they're. And my lineup is probably a little bit different from what they had in actual real life, but I was trying to get as close as I could. When it's a pre-play, you don't know what the lineups are going to be. You're making a best guess. So it was fun, all in all. Wouldn't want to do it all the time, but it was fun. Here's Gleyber Torres. He's hitting .357, 10 for 28, a homer and 3 driven in. That's a 4-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. Center field for the Dodgers is Pages. He's a 3-E5. 3-17. He'll get to it. E5 and a 13. I don't think that'll be a problem, but have to verify it. He is an E5, and that is a 13 center fielder. E5, no 13, so Pages is able to make the play. Torres is retired, 1 away. Brings up Alex Verdugo. He's only hitting a .150, 3 out of 20. A homer and 5 driven in. 4-10 against the lefty. That's a strikeout for Yamamoto, his first. Quickly 2 down. Hello, Action. Good to see you. Or Actionic, I'm not sure. Pages, it could be Pages. I'll just call him Pages. I don't know. Could be either one. All right, here's Juan Soto. He's hitting .227, 5 of 22. 2 of those 5 hits have gone for homers, and he's got 3 runs batted in. 6-2 to the lefty, and that's a base on balls, first walk, and that's something Soto does an awful lot. Just draw the base on balls. Yamamoto is a -4 hold. He is a -1, but Will Smith's a -3, so Soto's not going to go anywhere. He will hold. All right, so it is Oceanic. Okay, cool. Oceanic, very good. So it is Pajes. Is that what you're saying? It is Pajes. The G is kind of like a soft G, Pajes. Oh, Chuck, the Phillies are beating the Mets again real bad. I beat them like 9-2 last night. Are they crushing them again? That's just sad. I thought the Mets were in contention, but apparently not. And apparently Clay Holmes is assuming he started the game for the Mets. Apparently he didn't do very well. So, but conversely, seems like Christopher, whatever his name, Sanchez is doing pretty well. All right, here's Aaron Judge. You come to Judge. Aaron Judge is hitting on the replay 348, 8 out of 23, 2 homers and 5 driven in. Yamamoto to Judge, 211, and that's a split chance. 1-17 is a single. That'll be a base hit for Judge. Keeps the inning going. First and second, 2 outs for Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo struggling on the replay. 133 average, 2 out of 15. No homers, 2 driven in. Six to the lefty, struck him out. That's strikeout number 2 for Yamamoto, and it will end the inning. So nothing doing for either side. We go to the second, no score. Oceanic, I'll have to remember that. Hopefully I can. My memory is not great, but hopefully I can. All right, here is Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers. As the Dodgers have yet to put the ball in play, 3 strikeouts against Rodon. Hernandez is 8 for 20 for a 400 average, a homer and 2 driven in. That's a 2-3 against the left-hander. That's a ballpark blast. It's a 1-12. That's a 2. It's gone. Teoscar Hernandez, a 2-3 is the ballpark blast. That's a 12 for right-handers from Yankee Stadium, and the double die is a 2. So Teoscar Hernandez goes deep for his second home run of the season, RBI number 3, and that batting average just keeps climbing. Teoscar now is 9 out of 21. That'll bring up Max Muncy. Muncy is hitting .214, 3 out of 14. Homer and 4 driven in. Lefty on lefty matchup, 1-6, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Rodon, and that brings up the catcher, Will Smith. Smith is definitely having his issues. He's hitting .133, 2 out of 15. One of those 2 hits was a homer for 2 runs batted in. 1-7, and he will strike out. 5th strikeout for Rodon. And that brings up Kike Hernandez. Kike Hernandez is on the replay hitting .200. He's 3 out of 15. No homers and 2 driven in. 5-8, and that's a ground ball second base X. That's Torres. He's a 4.E19 is Torres. 4-15, he will get to that. 4-15 for second baseman is a G2. That's a 9, and he is an E19. 19, there is no 9, so Torres gets to it, and that will end the inning. But the home run off the bat of Teoscar Hernandez has given the Dodgers a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the second. And the Yankees will be sending Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter, followed by Anthony Volpe and Austin Wells. It's a 3-6, and that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 3 for Yamamoto. Stanton, I forgot to mention, was hitting .227, 5 for 22, no homers, 2 driven in. He's now 5 for 3, so I'm not sure what that is, but down near 200, down near the Mendoza line. Here's Anthony Volpe. Volpe is hitting .348, 8 for 23, a homer and 4 driven in. It's a 5-3, righty on righty. Fly ball right field X, we are looking at Betts. He's a 1, so you know he's going to get to it. It's the E13 that's in question. And for a right fielder, an E13, the only error chances, well, there are 4 of them. There's 4, 6, 12, 15, and 17. And that is an 11, so he gets away with it and makes the catch. 2 down for Austin Wells. 5th inning on. Okay, gotcha. All right, here is Wells. He, let's see, Wells, he's really struggling. 118 average, 2 out of 17. No homers, 2 driven in. 6-11. Yamamoto's injury chance is 6-10, so he misses that with a 6-11. And that's a split chance, 1-6 for a single. That's a 7, though, so he will line it to second base for Kike Hernandez, and that's going to end the inning. So 2 innings in the books, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. As we head to the top of the third, and Anthony Pages is what I've been told is how you pronounce that, not Pages, but Pages. I'll have to go on. I'm going to make it a point to go onto one of their games and see if I can get the actual pronunciation from the announce team to make sure I'm going to trust you guys that it's Pages, but I will listen to it and see if I can make sure that that's what it is and I don't hear any other names out there. All right, Pages is hitting .250, 3 out of 12, no homers or runs driven in. That's a 5-6. He's a righty against the lefty Rodon. That's a fly to right field. And Soto will put it away. 1 down. And here's Miguel Rojas, the shortstop. Rojas is hitting .400. He's 6 out of 15. No homers and 3 driven in. 5-12, and that's a ballpark blast. 1-12, but that's an 18. And so that will just be a deep fly to left. He just got up under it. 2 down. And that'll take us to top of the order and Mookie Betts. 3-4 for Betts, and that's a line out right to second. Snagged by Torres to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Dodgers here in the third. We go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. The Teoscar Hernandez home run and the only run of the game. So do it for the Yankees. It'll be their number 9 hitter, Oswaldo Cabrera. And on the replay, Cabrera is hitting .231, 3 homers, 13 driven in. I'm sorry, 3 homers. Let me start over again. He's hitting .231, 3 out of 13, 1 homer and 2 runs batted in. That's a .211, and that's a ballpark blast. He is a switch hitter batting left, so it's a 1-15. That's gone. We just have a tie ball game. 2-11 in progress as they just stole a home run. Oswaldo Cabrera hits his 2nd home run of the season. RBI number 3. Look at it again, 2-11 against the righties, a ballpark blast. He's a switch hitter, makes 1-15. That's a 4. Home run, Cabrera. Tie game at a run apiece. Brand new game now. And that will send up the top of the order and Gleyber Torres. 5-7, righty on righty. It's a ground ball, second base X. That's Kike Hernandez. He is a 4E56. That's not a misprint. He's a 4E56. I'll show the card. For Kike Hernandez at second base, he is a 4E. Let me get a little closer here if I can. If I can get it out of the light. 4E56 right there. 4E56. It was not a misprint. So 4E56 for Kike. 4 and a 5. He may not even get to this. In fact, he probably won't with a 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5 is going to be a base hit. That's a 15. Second baseman E56. And a 15, it's a 1 base error. So it's going to be a single plus an error on Kike. And that will put Gleyber Torres to second base with nobody out. So Torres is at second base. And here is Alex Verdugo. Struck out his first chance. 4-7. And that's a ground ball, second base A. That's going to put the runner to third base is Torres. With only 1 out. Now the infield will come in for Juan Soto. Pages. Okay. Pages. Okay. Infield in for Soto. 5-7, and that's a ground ball, second base X. We're going back to Kike Hernandez. Boy, they're just picking on him right now. 4E56. 4-11. I think he'll get to that. 4-11. It's a G3. Just missed the pound with the infield in. That would have been a hit, but G3 is a possibility of an out. And that's an 18, though, so that's definitely double trouble. Whoops. Second base, E56, and an 18 is a two-base error on Kike Hernandez. His second error of the inning. This one of the two-base variety. And that's going to give the Yankees a 2-1 lead. 2-1 lead with a runner at second and only one out. Aaron Judge steps to the plate. 5-7, and again another ground ball, second base X. How much can you punish Kike Hernandez? Ground ball, second base X. That's an 11, so he'll get to it, but the question is about the error. That's an 8, so he might catch a break here with that E56. E56, there is no 8, so he does get to it. 4-11 is a G3. His only play is to first base, but at least he doesn't boot it. And Soto will go to third for 2 outs. But that's 3 X chances. 3 ground ball, second base X chances in the same inning. What are the odds of that? That seems a little freaky by itself. Here's Rizzo. 6-3, and that's a ground ball, pitcher X. He's a 2E0, so we know he's not going to make an error. It's a 2, and for a pitcher 2, the only way it's a base hit is a 1 or a 2. Anything 3 or higher, the inning's over. That's a 3. Barely it's over. That saved a run. But 2 runs come in. Only one of them are earned. And we go to the fourth. It's now the Yankees 2 and the Dodgers 1. And Kike's got to be feeling a little bit of sweat here after all that has happened in that inning. So Shohei Ohtani will lead us off here in the top of the fourth. He struck out his first chance. 4-6 lefty. That's a 111 single. That's a 20, though, so he's going to line it to first. And Rizzo will snag it, 1 away for Freddie Freeman. 5-4, and that is a base on balls. First walk issued by Rodon. Freeman not going to go anywhere. And Teoscar Hernandez is up. He homered his first time up. Looking to do more damage, if possible. 6-8, and that's a strikeout. Rodon has a 0 injury. He cannot be injured, so no worries about checking any 6 rolls for him. So 2 down, and here's Max Muncy. And 6-10 is the injury for Yamamoto. Lefty on lefty with Muncy. 1-8, and that's a strikeout plus injury, so Muncy could be out of here. That is strikeout number 7. Strikeout number 7 for Rodon. But we'll check the Muncy injury. He needs a 1-4 to stay in the game. That's a 3. He's going to shake it off, so Muncy does not have to leave this game. But the Dodgers are out of the inning after those strikeouts, and we go to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-1 Yankees. Hello, Colin. Good to see you. Giancarlo Stanton, Volpe, and Wells due up for the Pinstripers. That's a 5-7. And again, it's a ground ball second. How many times can I roll a 5-7 for Yamamoto and get this ground ball second base X? We had 3 of those in the third inning. We start the fourth inning with a yet another ground ball second base X. And again, Kike is 4E56. 4-4. That's going to get through for a base hit. This could be another error base hit combination. That is a 13. E56. 13 is right there for an error, so it's another single plus error on Kike. And Dave Roberts might have to make a defensive change here. 3 errors on Kike Hernandez in 2 innings. Oh, Colin, I did not know that. A lot of people don't, so that's why I don't play it as often, because a lot of people don't like it. They don't understand it, or they think it's silly or whatever. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a nice break from Strat-O-Matic just to have a little fun. That was the main purpose, was have a little fun. Here's Volpe, 4-5, and that is a ground ball third base A. That will freeze the runner, one down for Austin Wells. 4-6 lefty. That is a strikeout for Yamamoto. And for Yamamoto, that is strikeout number 4. Yamamoto will do just fine as long as he avoids the 5-7 roll. If he rolls a 5-7, he's in serious trouble. That's a 2-3. Cabrera is he's batting against Yamamoto, the righty. 2-3 is a ground ball second base B, but it's a clutch hit. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs, so this ground ball second base B turns into, I'm sorry, it's a 2-3, not a 1-3, my bad. 2-3 is a ballpark single. 1-3, and that's a 19. That's going to end the inning of the line out to second. I was reading 1-3 there at first. It would have been a clutch reversal hit, but it's a 2-3, so it's a ballpark check, 1-3, and he's going to make the out. So almost, well, I did kind of misread it, but at least I corrected myself. And we go to the 5th. Score remains. Hey, Dr. D, good to see you. Score remains 2-1, favor the Yankees. I bring up Will Smith, 2-7, and that's a solid double for Will Smith to lead off the inning. Try to get the Dodgers on the board to tie this game. It's going to be up to Kike after those 3 errors. You wonder what kind of mental state he's in. 6-3, and that's a ballpark single check, but it's a 3, and that's a 10. So he will line it to short. 1 away for Pajes. That's a 1-5, and he flies to right field, 2 down. And Rojas, it's up to Rojas in the clutch. Hey, Bart, good to see you. 1-9 against the lefty, grounds to second, and that's going to end the inning. So the leadoff double amounts to nothing. And Rodon, that was his fatigue inning. I'm sorry, the 6th inning is his fatigue inning, so he's okay. Yamamoto, this will be his fatigue inning, number 5. So we'll definitely keep close watch on that. And it'll be Gleyber Torres, top of the order for the Yankees. Hello, Sean. 5-5, and that's going to be a strikeout for Yamamoto, and that is strikeout number 5. 5-5 is okay for Yamamoto. It's that 5-7 he's got to avoid. That's the killer. That's the one that gets him in trouble. 2-3, and that is a ground ball first base C, and that'll be a ground out to Freeman, who flips to Yamamoto covering for out number 2. And here's Juan Soto. 2-8 for Soto, and that's a 1-12 double. That's a 9. That'll be a double. So Soto, a 2-out double, keeps the inning going. He's in scoring position for Aaron Judge. First base is open if they want to walk Judge and pitch to Rizzo. But Yamamoto says, let me at him. 6-8, and that's trouble. 1-18 is a double. That's a 19. It's a single 2 stars. That'll still be a run. And the Yankees take a 3-1 lead. RBI single from Aaron Judge. Here's Rizzo. 6-8 for Rizzo is a base on balls. That's going to keep the inning going. All this after the first 2 were outs. You thought the inning was pretty much done, but not so fast. 2 on, 2 outs for Giancarlo Stanton. Thank you, Sean. Like I said, I do like that game. I just don't get to play it as much. I like the fictional aspect of it, but also like the major league aspect of it. It's got its definite perks. Some people don't like it, which is why I don't play it as much, because when I was doing the 1990 Reds replay, I just wasn't getting the views, which is telling me that people don't care for it as much as they do, say, Strat or inside pitch. So I figured I'd rather play something that people want to see as a majority, as a whole, not individual, but as a whole. 6'3", and it's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E0. So once again, 3 or higher, he makes the play. 1 or 2, it's a base hit. He's going to make the play to end the inning. But the run comes in, RBI single from Aaron Judge, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead. And Yamamoto is right at his fatigue level. So I believe the Dodgers are going to make that move to the bullpen starting next inning. So Yamamoto is going to be capped at 5 innings. He is going to give up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. He walks 1, 2, and he strikes out 5. And then we'll figure out who the pitcher is going to be in the bottom of the inning. Right now, Carlos Rodon is out for his fatigue inning, and he'll be facing top of the order, Mookie Betts. That's a 2-11, and that's going to be a ballpark single check. 1 to 3, and that's a 1. We're talking about 2-11 being a synonym for theft. I mean, that's when the ballpark singles are only 1 to 3, and your double die comes up as a 1. You're stealing a single, in my opinion. So Betts is aboard. He could think about running. Rodon's a +1 hold, so he needs a 6 to get the lead. Does not get it, so he will hold. And here's Ohtani. 4-8, and that's a 1 to 3 triple. 4 to 20 is a single, 2 stars. That's good runners at the corners. And now one more base runner, and Rodon will hit fatigue. So the Yankee bullpen is loosening. Yankee bullpen is loosening, and it looks like right-hander Luke Weaver. No, I'm sorry, right-hander Jake Cousins is loosening. Jake Cousins, right-hander, loosening the Yankee bullpen. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Freddie Freeman. Infield is back. They want a double play if they can turn it. 3-8. They do right there. Ground ball, shortstop A, just what the doctor ordered. 6-4-3 double play. Betts to score to make it 3-2, but now there are 2 outs and the bases are empty. And Rodon can go ahead and concentrate now to get out of the inning facing Teoscar Hernandez with the bases empty. That is a 1-10 for Teoscar. He grounds to second. That's going to end the inning. So Rodon makes it through 6. We'll see if he makes it into the 7th. He has a tiny bit of endurance still remaining, so he just may do so. And now the Dodgers will need a pitcher for Yamamoto here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Volpe, Wells, and Cabrera. So they will go with Alex Vesia, the left-hander. Alex Vesia. Vesia is a 0 hold, which makes him a -3. And Vesia's injury chance. Check out his injury chance. Vesia is a 6-12. So 6-12 will be an injury check if we roll a 6-12. So here's Anthony Volpe. Volpe stepping in. 2-10 for Volpe, and that's a ground ball to second, 1 away. Volpe is out. Here's Austin Wells. Lefty on lefty. 5-4, and that's a catcher X. Will Smith, 3E5. 3-17 should probably be a ground out. G2 of some sort. 3-17 is actually a G3, close enough. That's a 14, and Will Smith is an E5. There's the 16, 17, and 18, but no 14. So just a 2 to 3 ground out for out number 2. And Cabrera will turn around, bat right-handed. It's a 1-9, and he'll fly it to right field to end the inning. So Vesia goes 1, 2, 3, and he will come back and pitch a second inning with the 2 lefties coming up next inning for the Yankees. He will stick around and pitch 1 more inning. Rodon has a little bit of endurance remaining, so he'll stay in there to face Max Muncy to start the 7th inning of a 3-2 game. 3-7 lefty on lefty is a base on balls. That's trouble. One more base runner, and he will hit fatigue. Here's Will Smith. That's a 5-9, and that's a strikeout. He hits the dot here, but he hasn't reached fatigue yet. That'll be the next base runner. He'll hit fatigue. So that strikeout is good, and it's strikeout number 8 for Rodon. And that brings up little Kike Hernandez. Trying to get something good for him to happen. He had 3 errors, and he's 0 for 2 at the plate. 5-4. He is going to draw a walk, and that's going to make Rodon now fatigued. And that's going to be it for Rodon. He will leave the game. With Andy Pages coming up, we will get the bullpen. Jake Cousins going to be coming on for the Yankees to take Rodon's place. Jake Cousins. So Rodon is going to go 6 1/3. He's going to give up 2 runs so far, but he is responsible for both these runners. He could actually lose the game if both these runners end up scoring. He could end up being the losing pitcher record. Can also be the winning pitcher record. Could also have a no decision if one of them scores. He ended up with 8 strikeouts, and I believe just the 1 walk. No, I'm sorry, 2 walks. 2 walks. And base hits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 hits. So here is Pages facing Jake Cousins, righty on righty. Cousins facing Pages. 2-6 for Pages. Struck him out. Strikeout for out number 2. And now it's up to Rojas, the shortstop. That's a 4-6, and he struck him out. So how about that? Cousins comes in and slams the door. And so they limit the Dodgers to just the 2 runs. And now Rodon is in line to get a victory, assuming the Yankees hold on. We go to the bottom of the 7th. No 7th inning stretch for me. I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to roll. 3rd game of the day, 3rd stream of the day. And I just feel like I'm hitting my stride. No, it does not mean I'm doing a doubleheader. I'm just saying I'm okay for this game. All right, here's Torres facing Vesia. 5-4. It's a catcher X again. Will Smith, 3-5. 3 and a 9. But nobody's on base, so there can't be any pass balls or anything like that. 3 and 9 is going to be a foul out, assuming there's no error. That's a 10, and he's an E5. So there's no error. It will be a foul out. So Torres fouls out to Will Smith to start the inning. And that brings up a couple lefties for Verdugo and Soto for Vesia to get through. 2-8, lefty, pops him up to short. 2 down, and now here's Soto. Soto has walked, reached on a 2-base error, and hit a double. 4-8, and he will strike out. And that's going to be it for Vesia. Vesia retired all 6 he faced. Gave up nothing with 1 strikeout. Kept his team in the game. That was his job, and he did it quite well, actually. So now we'll see about Cousins. Does Cousins come back? He only pitched 2/3 of an inning, so I don't see why not. We'll move these guys over here so you can see them a little bit better. Mookie Betts will lead things off against Cousins. 6-10 for Cousins. I got to check and see if that's an injury chance for him. First, we'll resolve the at-bat. 6-10's a fly ball center field X. That is Aaron Judge. He's a 3-0. So he can't make an error, but we do need to make sure he's going to get to the ball. As a 3 center fielder, he needs a 7 or more, 7 or higher on this D20 to get to it. And he does. So it's going to be a good play for Judge. He makes the catch, and now we'll see if Cousins is susceptible to injury. Cousins. Nope, it's 6-12 is his injury chance, not 6-10. So good to go there. That'll bring up Ohtani. And actually, now the Yankees are going to make a move to the bullpen. They're going to pull Cousins. They want a lefty out there. With Ohtani and Freeman coming up, they want a lefty. So Cousins is going to go 1 inning, strike out 2, give up nothing. The but they want the left-hander out there to face Ohtani and Freeman. So they are going to go to the left-hander, Victor Gonzalez, left-hander from the Yankees. Victor Gonzalez. He will be on to face Ohtani. Try to keep the score where it is here in the top of the 8th. 3-2 for Ohtani. Fly ball to center. That's going to be out number 2. And had he been facing a righty, that would have been a base hit. So, again, brilliant managing there to bring in that lefty. Here's Freddie Freeman. 6-2, and that's a base on balls. So Freeman will walk, and that brings up Teoscar Hernandez, but Gonzalez has to face 3 batters. He cannot come out. He's got to face Hernandez. He has no choice because of the 3 batter rule. So we'll see what he does. Gonzalez to Hernandez. It's 2-10, and that's a ballpark blast, and that's gone. Teoscar Hernandez cracks a 2-run home run, his second of the game. 2-10 against the left-hander. It's a ballpark blast, and 1-12, and that's a 10. It's a 2-run home run for Hernandez, and the Dodgers claim the lead 4-3. Victor Gonzalez couldn't get it done, and Rodon's going to walk away with a no decision. Could have had a win, but he will get a no decision, and Yamamoto is off the hook. Now, Vesia is the pitcher record for the win if you are the Dodgers. Here's Max Muncy, lefty on lefty. 6-8, and that is a ground ball, second base X. Make sure 6-8 is not an injury for Gonzalez as well. 6-8. Gonzalez. Where are you, Gonzalez? No, 6-12 was his injury chance. So 6-8, lefty on lefty. Ground ball, second base X. That is the second baseman Torres. He's a 4.E19. 4 and a 13. I believe he'll get to that. And that's a 9. 4 and a 13. He gets to it a 9. And he is an E19. There is no 9, so Torres will get to it to end the inning. But the damage done, and Gonzalez is out of there. He's going to go he's going to go 2/3 of an inning, give up a hit and 2 runs, the walk preceding the home run. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the score. Now the Dodgers 4 and the Yankees 3. And the Dodgers will need a new pitcher. They'll see what they can do to try to maintain this lead. They're going to go to Daniel Hudson, a right-hander. Daniel Hudson. He's a -2, which makes him a -5. And he's going to be facing Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton, the scheduled hitters. Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton. 5-4, and that's a catcher X again. It's again nobody on base but Will Smith, 3E5. 3 and a 17 is probably a G3. G2, G3, something along those lines. 3 and a 17 is that G3, but that's a 5. It's a rare play, so I get to pull out my rare play beta rare play chart. The Strat rare play on a G3 is a ball that bounces off the pitcher's mound and deflects to the fielder. Yawn, yawn. Okay. My G3. Batter grounds out with all runners advancing. With less than 2 outs, first baseman loses count of outs and tosses ball into the dugout. Runner gets another base. If base is empty, it's a standard ground out. So since the bases are empty, it's just a standard ground out, 2-3. But had there been a runner on base, first baseman Freeman would have forgotten how many outs there were, threw the ball in the crowd, and the runner would have gotten an extra base. But that didn't happen here, so because there was no one on base. So 1 out for Anthony Rizzo, rather. That's a 3-7 for Rizzo. He flies to center, 2 down. And here comes Giancarlo Stanton, designated hitter. 6-8 for Hudson, and that's a 1-6 single. That's a 9, so he lines it to third. I don't think Hudson had a injury on 6-8, but I'll double check it. Anytime roll 6 with a high number, always tend to want to look and see if there's a injury chance. Hudson's a 6-12, so he's fine. But he's going to finish his day going 1 inning and getting everybody out, and they'll bring in their closer for the 9th. Yankees now will have to go to somebody to try to keep the score where it is, 4-3 in the 9th inning. It'll be Will Smith, Kike Hernandez, and Anthony Pages due up for the Dodgers, and they will go. Yankees will go. How about this? How about this for irony? Clay Holmes is going to come in and relieve for the Yankees. He finished losing in the history maker game this afternoon with the Mets, and now he's with the Yankees in relief, and he'll be out to face Will Smith, Kike Hernandez, and Anthony Pages. Holmes 3-7 for Smith is a solid single. So Will Smith getting jiggy with it with a single. That'll bring up Kike Hernandez. Let's see if they pinch hit they might pinch hit for Kike. They would like to have somebody that can bunt, but I don't think there's anybody on the team that can bunt. They really can't. But they will go with the right-hander in the lineup. They will go with Gavin Lux. They'll pinch hit with Gavin Lux and let Gavin Lux stay in to play second base. So Gavin Lux will pinch hit for Kike Hernandez here in the top of the 9th. And he'll stay in the game to play second base, where he's much better than Kike is. He's a 3E12 at second base, much better than the 4E56 that Kike Hernandez is. So Holmes to Lux. It's a 2-7, and that's a solid single to right field for Lux. And that's going to put runners at first and second. In case anybody was curious, Kike on a 2-7 would have flown to center. So again, good move to bring in the lefty. Here's Pages, but they may pinch hit for him too, as Altman's a pretty good fielder. Well, Pages isn't bad, actually. How do they want to play that? I think they're going to let Pages. They're going to let him hit. They'll go ahead and let him hit. Can't bunt, but he'll hit. 5-8, and that's a solid double to center field. And boy, Clay Holmes isn't doing well in either game. That's going to be a RBI double. And let's check Lux. His run rating is a 14. He was not being held, makes him a 15. The double goes to center field. Judge is a -4 arm, so they'll go and hold him there at second and third. But nobody out. And that brings up Rojas, the shortstop. Clay Holmes not getting it done. Infield is going to come in for the Yankees. They have to. It's now 5-3. Still nobody out. Infield in for Rojas. 1-6, and that's a fly ball right field question mark. Right field P question mark. That's out number 1. But again, for the Yankees, Juan Soto's a -3 arm, so that might deter some folks from trying to run. Let's see here. Lux runs at a 14, so -3 is an 11. Then you add 2, it's a 13. 1-13, he would score on a sacrifice fly. 14-20, he's going to be out. They're going to send him. They're going to try to score on a sacrifice fly, and he's a 1-13. And he's out at the plate, double play. So it's a fly to right, and then Soto throws to the plate to double up Lux, and there's quickly 2 away. But they figured they're up 5-3, playing with house money, so why not try it? I'll bring up Mookie Betts with 2 outs, and a runner is still at second base. It's a 3-10, and that's a ground ball second base C plus an injury, so it's possibly that Mookie Betts could be injured. This could be critical down, not for this game, but down the road. Let's see. He had 511 at bats, so he can't be injured, but so much with those many at bats. So, but he could miss a couple games. That's not out of the question. 1-4, he stays in the game. 5-6, he just misses this game. That's a 16. That's a 6 with an asterisk by it. So we cut injuries and down by a third. So he's going to miss 2 games. He's going to miss the rest of the series. So Mookie Betts is going to miss the rest of the Yankees series. So that's all for Mookie Betts. He won't be back until the Dodgers leave New York. So they will need a new right fielder, and it's going to be Jason Hayward. He will come in and play defensively in right field for the injured Mookie Betts. So Hayward takes over in right field in the 9th inning for Mookie Betts. Holmes, not so much of a good outing there. 1 inning pitched. He gave up 3 hits and a run. He didn't walk anybody or strike anybody out. Definitely benefited from that double play, fly ball double play. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Dodgers will send in their closer, Evan Phillips. He had 18 saves in the season, 2024 season. So Evan Phillips looking to wrap it up for the Dodgers. He'll be facing Volpe, Wells, and Cabrera. On the bench for the Yankees, they do have not much. They got Trent Grissom, but he hit 190. Jason Dominguez, he hit 179. DJ LeMahieu, he hit 204. Backup catcher Jose Trevino hit 215, and John Birdie hit 273. So if there's anybody there at all, it's John Birdie. If they go anywhere for a pinch hitter, it would be John Birdie. But we'll see. Right now they're going to start with Volpe. Volpe is 0 for 3. But on the season, he was 243 hitter. So they're going to let him lead off against Evan Phillips. Bottom of the 9th, Dodgers lead it 5-3. Hello, D. Scott. 5-3, bottom of the 9th. Phillips, 3-7, and that's a fly to center field by Volpe. And that's 1 away. That'll bring up the catcher, Austin Wells. Yankees need a base runner so they can tie the game. 3-9 is a single, 1-8, and that is an 8. So Austin Wells singles brings a tying run to the plate for Oswaldo Cabrera. Cabrera is the tying run. 3-4, and that's a ground ball second base C. That'll get the runner to second, but now there are 2 outs. And Gleyber Torres is the tying run. Clutch situation here in the bottom of the 9th. Dodgers trying to go to 5-2. It would drop the Yankees to 3-4 with a loss. 2-5, and that's a 1-2 single. That's a 4. He lines it to third, and the ball game is over. The Yankees do not win. The Yankees do not win. The Yankees do not win. And the Dodgers hold on for a 5-3 victory, despite 3 errors from Kike Hernandez. I believe those are the only errors of the game. So Phillips goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else. He gets the save. Winning pitcher is Vesia. Vesia is the winner because he pitched the 7th, which means he gets credit for runs in the 8th. Losing pitcher was Gonzalez. Yankees dropped to 3-4. Dodgers improved to 5-2. Dodgers 5 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors unofficially. Yankees 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. But the big thing is Mookie Betts will miss the last 2 games of the series. He will have to wait until they leave New York. And the Dodgers will have to either use Jason Hayward or somebody else to be in the outfield. So Mookie Betts will miss that time. That means Rojas is going to have to continue to play shortstop. They might find an alternative for Kike Hernandez. They like his defense making those 3 errors. But anyway, thank you all for spending part of your late Wednesday evening with me. In this Demolition League, the Dodgers win it by the score of 5-3. And we'll look at the schedule in the Demolition League and see who the next scheduled game is supposed to be. We did Oakland and Miami in the first game of this block. This one, the Dodgers and Yankees, is complete. Next game on the schedule, it'll be San Diego at Pittsburgh. And what that means is it will be the season debut of Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens will pitch tomorrow night for the Pirates against the Padres. He will be making his season debut tomorrow night in the Demolition League. Paul Skeens and the Pirates will host the Padres. So something to look forward to, perhaps. So again, thank you all for participating and keeping me company while I get this game in. I will go ahead and look up, and I'm gonna go to one of the Dodger games on their TV network or radio network or whatever, and just make sure it's Pajes. I want to get the exact pronunciation on that, because I figure if their announcers say it, it's got to be right. If anybody's going to get it right, the team announcer is going to get it right. So that's what I will listen for. So that's it for today. That's the third stream of the day, and I think that's been plenty. Got that extra History Maker baseball stream in the afternoon. But we go back to our regularly scheduled programming of 1987 Strat in the morning and 2024 Strat at night. So tomorrow morning, it'll be the Cleveland Indians taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. I already got the score sheet made up and ready to go. It'll be Phil Niekro against Bill Wegman. That'll be the matchup. It'll be game 272 of that replay, another game on May the 20th. And actually should be May the 22nd, not the 20th. All right, so game 272, Cleveland and Milwaukee will be the game to produce there. And it's actually the first place Brewers against the last place Cleveland Indians. But, that's on the schedule, so there you go. Okay, so thank you, Stick Tap. Pajes is correct. Okay, Pajes is correct. I just got to get used to it. I got to get practice at it, I guess. Maybe that's what I need more than anything else, is the practice of that. All right, so the Yankees got to feel like they gave that one away. They were up 3-1 after 5 innings. And the Dodgers will have to I don't know if they're going to make a roster move just for one player being out for 2 games. They may not do that. They may just go one player short. I'll have to take a look at their bench and see who they have available. See if it makes sense to bring up somebody just for 2 games. But we'll have to wait and see. All right. So again, thank you all for sticking around. And tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock, if you are so inclined, it'll be the 1987 American League replay, Cleveland and Milwaukee. If not, if I don't see you then, maybe we'll see you tomorrow night for the debut of Paul Skeens, as he will be pitching for the Pirates against the Padres. That'll be tomorrow night around 9 to 9:15, somewhere in that neighborhood. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.